Good evening. Hello Tavian, hello Neil, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. So early on, I was just doing some stuff in the background, getting us ready to go. Yeah. I think we're gonna be okay. I think things are gonna work out. The only issue I've discovered pre-stream that could be a bit concerning is the fact that research universities cost 250 odd volatiles each, which is going to slow down the transition to research universities a little bit, but I've got some of that moving without spending all of our resources, and as more mines come on live, we should be able to sort that out. I'm glad that your work is calming down, Tavian. Nice that you've moved your tickets to QA. That's good. That means they're progressing, and they're not sitting still in a queue. Alright, I had a quick look at Jupiter before I started off, which I've now lost. There it is. And the current situation we have here is that there's only really an alien presence at Ganymede. And Ganymede defense fleets, there's not that many of them. There's only one fleet with a large ship in it. There is a dreadnought here, and that's the biggest ship they have defending Jupiter. I'm not saying that we are ready to go to Ganymede right now, but at the moment the defenses here are not particularly strong. It looks like the enemies are focusing on attack rather than defense. So I don't think it's inconceivable that we could get a fleet that could challenge the Ganymede defense fleet. I wonder if we set up shop in Callisto or Europa and build our production facilities here and ready to stage an attack to take this whole system. But that's not probably for today. That's our eventual plan. Right now, we kind of need to clear things up a little bit in the inner system, and we need to make sure we're comfortable and we're ready to defend when the aliens come for us. Now, having a quick look at fleets the aliens have, I've already gone through them all and identified anything that's coming in, but I just want to check the dates. It is the 1st of April. There's quite a lot of stuff happening in April. So we have a fleet arriving in low Earth orbit on the 18th of April. I didn't catch that one, so let's just go to Earth 18 April. That's one we need to watch out for. This fleet has 6k, 1.6k combat, 10.2 cruising speed. We should be able to outspeed this one with the speed meta fleet. We'll see. It has a battleship and a dreadnought in it. That's a pretty beefy fleet. Go with them with more sites. Yeah, okay, we'll do that when we get there, Neil. Yeah. That was just me kind of snowballing the idea in my head. We've got a Mars fleet coming in for the 5th of July. I thought I'd gone through all these, but obviously I've missed a couple. Mars, 5 July. That's a pretty small fleet. They've only got a power of 600. Mars should be fine. There's another fleet coming to Mars on the 17th of May. A fleet coming to attack Chang'e again on the 30th of January 2040. Earth next year. That's a long transition on that fleet, and it's a small fleet as well. And I think that's everything. There's another fleet coming to Mars we already know about. That's coming on the 9th of Aprip. And there's another one coming on the 28th of April. So we've got two that we're ready for. The one on Mars, the 9th of April, I'm going to test intercepting with the Mark 3s. I've got the Mark 4s ready. They're not building yet. We're going to finish off the construction queue that we've got of Mark 3s, and then we'll get some Mark 4s in the queue. And we'll also upgrade all of our Mark 3s to Mark 4s as well, because they should be able to transition. That should be a pretty simple upgrade for them. It's just a change of armor, and that's it. I've also got a new Missaps class ship I want to build, because I've made a slight variant that has a fusion hab and a fusion hab at a hub, I guess, the space station and the planetary, just so I've got the choice when I get to that place eventually. But for now, let's have a look at the situation on Earth. Looks like we need to defend somewhere. Well, not the European Union. Weird. That hasn't expired because I must have had that in place from last time. I don't know. Let's have a quick look at unrest. Everything is defended, yep. And then in terms of unrest, we're looking at 2.4 in the Pacific States, 1.7 in North Korea, and 1.7 in Saudi, 1.2 in the Philippines, 1.2 in Taiwan. It really is getting quite hard to stay on top of this. This is becoming quite a serious issue. I think we're also in the situation where it's almost time for North Korea and the Philippines to join the Pacific Defense League, which should make that a little bit easier. We are ready to join on the 29th of April for... Hang on, that's not right. There's... Oh no, North Korea. Why is there no option to unify with North Korea? Unification with North Korea is available, which is good. And Philippines, and then for the Philippines, we're waiting for... 29th of April, and Federation is available with Taiwan. So we should probably get that done this turn if we can. But we also need to deal with the unrest situation. So our highest is a valid refit even with... So what I've discovered, Neil, is... no, they've all got adamantium armor. They're all using adamantium armor, so it's not a different armor type. I think. That's where I lose my mind. So the Neo Mark IV battleship is using adamant armor, and the Class 3 is also using adamant armor. I just used less of it. Yeah, they're both using adamantium armor, so it's an easy upgrade. I guess you must have thought I was using a different armor. Where was I? Yeah, so we need to deal with this unrest, but I also want to get the unification done. So we can probably ignore the unrest in North Korea this turn. We'll get Pacific States and Saudi done. And I'll also get the Federation done with Taiwan. So Chuck, you haven't got any aliens to hunt right now. You do a set national policy here to unify.
Heading to the capital.
Then we'll get Guy to... No, we'll get Distal to do a set national policy to federate with Taiwan. No, it just leaves less armor. That's okay. Clark Dad, you can survey the fleet as you want to do. We're going to get Guy to reduce unrest in the Pacific States. We're going to get Quiet to reduce unrest. No, the load amount was literally because of resources. That was the only reason I did it. I probably could have just picked a different army. You're right. I didn't think of that at the time. What do we got? North Korea and Saudi Arabia. So we'll do North Korea and Philippines for the last two. So we'll do Saudi Arabia and Philippines for the last two is what I meant to say. So stabilize Saudi Arabia. And you can stabilize the Philippines.
Ready for my mission.
It would be nice if I could filter this list by countries I own, but whatever. And let me just check when we're ready to bring the Philippines in. Is it 29th of April? Is it end of April? 29th of April. So end of this month we'll have the Philippines and the Pacific Defense League as well, and that means we can focus our stabilization a little bit better. So we have an attack at Mars coming up really soon after I start this turn, and let's see how we go. Also just speed time up.
Setting a watch.
Ah, okay. Well, no, I didn't do it. Okay. Clark Dad has arrived at Mars. That's great. Let's just quickly... there's a change I want to make here. I want to add... Speed Meta Fleet has just finished moving. So let's get Fast Mars Fleet to merge with the Clark Dad Express. Okay, we've got those 3 ships in that fleet now. And where's Speed Meta Fleet right now? It should be refueling. Yeah, it's at Scaffold Shipyard. Okay, cool. Night Sky Mark III class destroyer, Night Sky Mark III at low Earth orbit has been completed. So that's our first Night Sky Mark III destroyer built. That reminds me that I need to get the ship naming thing out. Terra name list. Should have had that ready to go. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit... had a very busy day today, and I'm a little bit blasted from it, but I'm actually really looking forward to seeing that on Terra. I almost called it Terra Nova, which is a very different game. I've been looking forward to this all day, actually, because things have turned around a little bit, which I quite like, so we'll go and check that out. Got another Night Sky Mark III build as well, so we've got 2 of them to name. Let's just zoom out so we don't have to deal with that noise. So I want to name a ship. I'm pretty sure this name might have come up already, but I don't think it has. This is Space Battleship. Should have maybe reserved it for a battleship, but I actually quite like it being on a destroyer. Yamato. Very storied ship. And then we want the other fleet here. So that'll be Romeo 281, which is a Night Sky Mark III. Oh, it doesn't not... The game is really starting to chug when I open ships up, I've noticed. This is... Oh. This is... I'm not sure what the reference for this is, but this is Fros Edda. What is Edda? Should I know that? I feel like I'm missing something. And those are our first 2 destroyers off the line, so we're going to merge them with Speed Meta Fleet. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's Speed Meta Fleet I want to select. Okay, that's them all put together. It looks like Fast Mars Fleet needs to refuel. I don't know why they are not refueling. So let's get them to do that. Weird that they weren't automatically refueling. Alright. Oh, hey, Mishaps, how you doing? I had the tab closed while I was checking out the shipbuilder. You can actually build space ironclads and put like 17-inch guns on them. I'm guessing that's what the Cold War scenario is basically going to be. I really don't know how it's going to play out the Cold War scenario at all. Okay, Victor 232. Oh yeah, it's Earth 18 April. Okay, the High Fleet's been repaired. That's good. This is the Earth fleet that's arriving next turn, but there should be a Mars fleet arriving in a couple of days.
Violence is abating.
Violence is
The Poetic Edda. Okay, cool. Did not know that. I learned everything, so much stuff from this stream. Oh, what's just been built
Things
up
are
here?
cooling off.
Okay.
Mission complete.
Oof, God, that was a scary noise outside. Collection of stories. Okay, we want to unify with North Korea, but we also have a space battle we need to deal with. Let's close this. Make sure the game is paused. A whole ton of stuff just happened. I want to make sure the game doesn't unpause, which is why I keep clicking on Take Me There. Okay, let's get back to Fast Mars Fleet. And we want them to try and... So this fleet here has a DV... They have 400 DV left. They have a cruise speed of 47.1. They're a lot faster than this fleet, but we have way more Delta V than them, so we should be able to run them down. So if I transfer them to this fleet here, let's see what happens. They're actually leaving for Sol, but we have enough to chase them down, but what we don't have enough is enough to catch them. If I speed up, that doesn't change anything. Yeah, there is a lot of room for story to be written. Okay, we're just going to intercept them with both of our fleets then. So we're going to send the Red Guard in first. We're not fast enough with the Mark IIIs to intercept. Do you have enough Delta V to catch them? This is going to cost all of your Delta V to try and catch up with them. They've just... What's happened is this fleet has hit Mars, realized the fleets are here, and it's bouncing for the sun. I think we'll just leave it, let it go. It's not hanging around. It's just head straight for the sun. We've got a bunch of research universities have just been built. That's cool. It's going to eat into our mission control a little bit, but I've also cleared out a bunch of research academies to make room for that. Let's just cancel this transfer. That's not happening. That fleet's gotten out of there.
Policy direction.
We want to federate with Taiwan. Cool. Now, what we could do is we could attempt to get the Speed Meta fleet to intercept the incoming Earth 18 April fleet. They have... they've used up a lot of their Delta V. We've got a better, faster cruise speed than them. So I think this is a good test that we can do this. So I'm going to say transfer. Earth 18 April isn't showing up on the Earth. Will it show up in the Luna system? No. Where will I see this fleet is the question. Ah, here they are. Earth 18 April. Target fleet is unlikely to escape our pursuit. Time to arrival 3.6 days. Let's attempt the transfer. I want to test if this works, is what I'm basically doing here. Yeah, with The Last of Us being so good, my partner's actually replaying the original game at the moment. I just watched them play through the opening before coming on to stream because they're enjoying it so much. It's a sign that you really can adapt a video game to make a really compelling show. I know so many people who've never played the video game or really do play video games, absolutely raving about The Last of Us. The Last of Us, not The Last of Us. I think Terra Invicta could make a really good space sci-fi series. Chile is at war with Peru. That sucks. That's a whole ton of command centers just been built, which is great. I know that was in Earth orbit, which it shouldn't have been, but check out this interception. Resistance, okay. The Resistance fleet, the builders have completed their transfer. I want to upgrade one of these to a Mark II, so we'll do that once they finish refueling. They've now been repaired. I'm just going to quickly jump over here. So there's, both of these are Mishaps Class 4, so I just need to upgrade one of them to a Mark 4.5. Let me quickly do that. The interface for that isn't the best. Let me just get this to show my stream as well. That's good to see. So I want to go to ship construction. I want to go to refit docked ship. I want to select my mishaps when I can find them. Night Sky, Neil. Mishaps Mark 4. We're going to upgrade the Laser Addict, and I want to upgrade it to a Mishaps 4.5. And the only difference with that is that this model has Fusion Hab and Fusion Hub. And we'll do that at Here Be Dwarves. That's going to take 2 days to refit that ship. That just means that when the time comes, I will have a supply ship ready to go to build a hub and a hab. Let's go back to Earth to watch the intercept. Okay, that's not the intercept. We have our first interstellar fight that we have initiated because we have come at them. So I want a tight, short wall, heavy. This is quite a close fight. Center. They have a much faster cruise speed than us, but we have way more delta V than them. So we have the Dreadnought, Longbow Darkening the Sky, Frost Zeta, and Space Battleship Yamato versus Cloud Serpent, Decaying Proton, and Auspicious Dawn. There's a battleship here. There's also a Dreadnought. This is a pretty hard fight, I'm not going to lie. We need to bid 9.3 KPS, which we can afford to do. Okay. Let's see if we can pull this off. So, as before, the Night Sky's job is really going to be to escort our battleships and make sure they survive. What we want to do is we want to overwhelm the enemy with as much fire as possible, meaning that their PD can't. So we're going to set the... Oh, someone just subbed to the channel, made me jump out of my skin. Hi, Von Enemy. Thank you, Femi. Thanks for subbing. We're going to intercept the battleship. We're going to set the battleship Auspicious Dawn as our primary target to start with. I'm going to bring in, as I always try and do, the destroyers just a little bit closer to our battleships and bring them a little bit further forward so that they can hopefully do the job of interception. So bring you down, bring you forward, and just bring you a touch back up as well so you don't continue going down. We don't have to worry about any missiles here. This is a little bit risky. I'm going to set the battleships to padlock to their target. I'm going to speed up a little bit. So our first target is the Auspicious Dawn. It is not at the front of the formation. The Cloud Serpent is. I'm actually going to target the Cloud Serpent to start with. Since it is in range, it will be in range first. No, I'm looking at this the wrong way. No, I am looking at this the right way. The enemy are actually fleeing. So we're going to have to actually boost to catch up with them. I just realized that we are in a pursuit. So let's order, let's get these unpadlocked and order an acceleration. Can I do that? That's the wrong ship. They do have a higher cruising speed than us, so if they get up to speed, we will be stuck. We get up to 2.4 KPS, that's probably going to be too fast. Let's leave that second acceleration burn until we're a little bit closer. But I will get them to burn to start with. I've not actually done a pursuit in space before, so this will be interesting. I want you to go a little bit faster. What are we missing here? Okay, and we're also going to need to get our destroyers to boost up as well, because they're going to need to overtake our battleships. But they can really... Oh, that's the battleship. I was clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, this battleship's going way too fast. I want the battleships... And it's this destroyer that isn't boosting. There we go. I want both those destroyers to boost ahead. Okay, let's see how that goes. The aliens are turning. They may be actually going to burn towards us. We may not need to boost as hard as I'm planning to. Okay, the aliens are firing. I'm going to padlock the battleships again. Now they're up to speed. The Cloud Serpent is vomiting out missiles. A lot of missiles. Okay. Our ships are engaging. I'm going to try and slow... I can't really slow them down without turning them. That's a problem. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. What I could do is a maneuver where I brake. Something like... do a braking maneuver and then turn back. But I don't think that's a good idea. But it would slow us down a little bit before we got into the fight. It also might result in the ships dying while their rear is facing the enemy, where there is basically no armor. So I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll just leave them going forward. We can deaccelerate very slightly, I think. They've got forward thrusters, but not very much. I think we just have to keep with what we've committed to be honest. The destroyers will overtake in a second. They're both about to start burning. Yeah, that's a good point. It was just a turn. What is this one here? That's the maneuver you're talking about, Neil. Okay, yeah, this does need to be a turn and a burn. I want both of these ships to turn at this point. Can you turn around? No. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to padlock them. I think I pushed too hard here. Hey, Andrew Bosco, how's it going? Glad you could make it. There's a lot of missiles incoming. I'm a bit concerned about the sheer amount of firepower. Yeah, you're bang on time. We just started the stream. Okay, we just lost a destroyer. That looked like a plasma shot or something that came at it. Okay, the good news is the PD seems to be dealing with this quite well. Okay, we just lost another destroyer, but that's the destroyers kind of doing the job. We just lost a battleship as well. So these ship designs probably aren't quite up to scratch. Let's switch our primary target to the battleship. See if the Dreadnought can deal with this. No, it's taking hits. The PD's not enough. Yeah, this fleet was too small for this fight. That probably would have been better, Neil. I'm just not used to the universe. Okay. So the Mark IIIs weren't really quite there. The armor was too low. The destroyers each took one hit and were wiped out instantly. We only managed to take out the Cloud Serpent. Not a great engagement. But that's okay, because they haven't reached Earth yet. And we still have the Earth Defense Fleet for when they get here. So it's not the end of the world. It's not great losing ships like that. Let's get some Mark IVs queued up. We can't afford them. I'm not good at this game. I think it's pretty obvious. Let's do some ship construction. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cancel these Mark IIIs. Yeah, they were all Mark IIIs. I haven't built any Mark IVs yet. I'm going to cancel the Mark IIIs that are in the queue. There's these ones that are almost finished. I'm going to leave. But like these ones here haven't started yet. And I'm going to queue up some Mark IV battleships, which have much more armor. So 70 days on that one. 70 days on that one. We still have the money for it. We'll also add a Mark IV here. I'm actually going to queue up a Mark IV at all of these, and we'll just see how that goes to start with. I'm not happy about the loss, but it also isn't a catastrophic loss. I apologize to the crews of those ships. Okay, fair side emitter. We now have that. Oh, I haven't actually, that's something I meant to do between streams, is have a look at the cybernetics. I haven't done that yet. We'll have a look at that at the next turn. We've got a okay, the laser addict's been updated. That's great. We just need to add that to the fleet. We'll do that just very quickly. So that needs to be added to the builders. And what we can actually do is get them to head out to another place to upgrade. Get us some more volatiles. So we can get them heading... We can actually get them to head back out to Belial's Pit. I don't think there's any aliens there anymore. No, there's no aliens here. Let's get them to transfer to Belial's Pit. What was the name of this rock? It's 128 Nemesis. Oh, perfect. It's already selected. Transfer to 128 Nemesis. It's going to take 6 weeks. Let's head back to Earth. What else was I doing at Earth? Something else happened, but I got distracted. Research. Okay, there's not a lot of stuff to research at the moment. We could get media literacy training. That gets us 5% more knowledge when we for priority there. There's onboarding trend. That's not any use. We'll just get the rest of the UV tech knocked out, I think. So let's get heavy UV phaser batteries done. We've just got built as well. Okay, Hotsville just got some new fusion reactors. We've got some and battle stations at Hotsville as well. Looks like we're just repairing Hotsville. I think it got badly damaged. Okay, sad about losing that fleet, but not the end of the world. We're fine. It's all good. There was a lot of fire. Greater North America is available for when I finish the Pacific Defense League. Really, I don't want to get too lost in the weeds with it. Okay, I don't think Philippines is ready to bring into the PDL yet. I think it's going to be next turn. 29th of April. So yeah, we're going to have to wait till next turn to bring the Philippines into the Pacific Defense League. The good news is North Korea and South Korea are now united in the Pacific Defense League. We kind of missed that out, but North Korea and South Korea are now one country with Japan. So that's really good news. Let's have a look at unrest. We have knocked out a big source of unrest by getting rid of North Korea. So now it's Japan. It's the Pacific Defense League that is unhappy. We have some pretty high unrest in Saudi Arabia and the Pacific states. We need to get on top of that. We also need to protect a couple of places. So I think Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states both need protected this turn, which limits the amount of actions that we can take. So first of all, Distal, you need to protect Saudi Arabia. And then we'll get Quiet
I'm here.
to protect the Gulf states. And then the hotspots right now are Saudi Arabia and the Pacific states. So we'll get Chuck to suppress unrest in Saudi Arabia. We'll get Guy to suppress, to stabilize in the Pacific states.
Where do you need
Which we still need 119 days before we can bring them into
at
PDL.
your service?
Then Guy,
What's the op?
you can deal with unrest in Taiwan, which is raising. Which we'll get into the Pacific Defense League as soon as we can.
We'll
And then
restore peace
Jeremy
to this
Clark
nation.
Dad will deorbit. They need to go to which is wait, there's a specific base I want to send them to. I think it might be Hotsville. Why can't I sort these? Usually I can sort these, but I can't right now. It is Terra Sabea base, I think. 67.2. No, Arabia Terra. Where's this base? That's Cambalda. Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. I've got a base with 80 and it hasn't been upgraded? Why? How did I miss this? This should be upgraded. This needs to be upgraded to a settlement core immediately. And that's where we're going to... Well, we were going to send Clark Dad here. I might just send him there anyway. Yeah. Cambalda. Cool. Yeah, it's due to the inequality. I have got priorities set to try and deal with the inequality. I've also researched some tech, sorry for the noises from my chair, to help with that as well. So we'll check out the priorities in Saudi Arabia. So I'm trying to do like 800 things. Look at the background for Clark Dad for being in a spaceship, which is pretty cool. So inequality. So priorities here. I have welfare set really high to try and deal with the inequality, but it just isn't. It just isn't. XCOM but star system. Yeah, it's what it is. That's what it is down under. It's XCOM over a whole star system. I've got full investment into welfare here. And space defenses. Maybe we should just get rid of the space defense investment, to be honest. We'll just turn that into a trickle. Maybe that will help a little bit more. That's everyone set with missions. Let's confirm assignments. I think we've got some fleets coming in. We've got that fleet arriving on the 18th. Because we can't... let me just check this. So we've got... Doom Fleet's still not doing anything. 5th of July, we've got... So that's not going to happen this turn. 7th of May. 18th of April, we've got that fleet arriving on Earth. Yeah, it's just that 18th of April fleet. Yeah, it's... You're right, it's super fragmented, which is welfare, I think. What puts cohesion up again? Do I knock one... Do I drop the spoils investment a little bit, which will drop my income, but will try and fix Saudi Arabia a little bit? We could also maybe invest in unity and try and unite the country just a touch, because there's currently no unity investment happening at all in Saudi Arabia. What I could do for a few turns is drop the spoils down to 1, get rid of the space defense income, put 2 points in unity, and try and stabilize the country for a while. It may be too far gone, to be honest. This inequality is extreme. Let's see how that comes out. We probably need to do the same thing in the Gulf states. They're not in as bad a situation, but we don't have the... Let's get the welfare investment going on. Let's get some unity investment. I'll set that to 2. And I'm going to drop this to 1. And we'll just keep an eye on our income. I want to get rid of the space defense income as well for a moment. Let's just see how that plays out. Also, we need to get some public opinion in the Gulf states. They do not like us. Let's see if that helps. Okay, clear this out. We started the turn. The other thing I need to do actually really quickly is we need to split the Earth fleet up. ready for an intercept. So we'll go battleship, destroyer. I don't know what a Light Sky 1B class destroyer is, but we have one. You need to refuel. Why are you not refueling? So High Fleet is now available, and we have Romeo 284, which needs to resupply, and we'll call this Earth Interception Fleet for when this fleet arrives, and then we'll go back to this solar view, and we can finally unpause to start this turn. That is a cool bug. Yeah, we are getting flooded. The aliens are coming.
Securing our control.
Okay.
Protecting our interests.
Look, I only took Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states specifically to spoil them. I have no interest in developing those nations. Okay, we've got another Mark III Night Sky. Hang on. So Earth Interception Fleet still isn't refueling. Resupply. I mustn't have had any volatiles to resupply them. They've sent a fleet at the builders. They'll never catch them. That's fine. Then we're going to add this ship. Okay, they can't do anything. We'll just add the ship to the Earth Defense Fleet. I've got a feeling that the Mark III destroyers don't have any armor. I think that might be the problem. I've just had a thought. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Night Sky Mark III class destroyer. I've just noticed. I noticed that that ship didn't weigh very much, although the Mark IV doesn't weigh very much. Yeah, the Mark III design has no armor. That's what the problem is. That's why they died so quickly. The Mark IV does have armor, but the Mark III has no armor. So that explains everything. Let's cancel any of the Mark IIIs we've got under construction. They're actually just a waste of time. Okay, what we'll do is whenever Night Sky Mark III pops out, I can't even refit them because I've got to get these other ships building. Okay, I'm going to close this shipyard. I'm going to cancel this ship, which hasn't started construction yet. And we're going to refit a docked ship. And we're going to refit... it needs to be a scaffold shipyard. There should be a Night Sky Mark III here, which also needs to be renamed. Let's upgrade it to a Night Sky Mark IV, which will cost quite a lot. How long is that going to take? 7 days. Okay, that's fine. It won't be able to fight in this coming battle, but at least it'll be available to fight after that. I do need armor just to take a hit, though, Tavian, as we discovered in that last engagement. We also need to name that ship, but we'll do it when it comes out of the refit yard. Okay, let's unpause. Okay, Earth Interception Fleet now has resupplied, which is excellent. Okay, the 18th of April fleet has arrived. So first things first, we want the Earth Interception Fleet to attempt an intercept. Target fleet unlikely to escape our pursuit. So they must have been getting here really tired. In that case, I probably could just merge both fleets and send them. So if I merge with this fleet, and then I give this fleet an order to intercept, target fleet is unlikely to escape our pursuit. So we'll transfer. And then we will tight, short wall, shields, center, engage. And if we bid 12.7 KPS, we will force a fight. Start battle. Okay, I'm not going to use missiles in this engagement. There's no point. We're just going to focus fire the battleship. We're going to just turn off all of the missile launchers. There's only 2 battleships here. No, the battleship Corvette threw me because it's called the battleship Corvette. I just assumed it was a battleship. I'm just going to padlock everybody to the enemy as well. We're not going to do any crazy maneuvers for this fight. Yeah. As soon as the boron drive is available for research, we're going to get that swapped out for the helium drive. we've completed the research job. We just haven't completed the project. I think it did change its name. Yeah, maybe they renamed it because of the fact that it got a victory. What were the hotkeys to hide everything again? And was it V? Yeah, here we go. Okay, that's quite concerning. Let's speed up a little bit. Once combat engages, I'll turn off the UI. Oh, I just realized they're running. Am I doing the same thing again? No, they're coming. They are turning. Oh, where's my camera doing? They are turning towards Earth. Higher combat acceleration. Cool. I thought it was maybe because they're out of fuel. Where is our fleet in relation to this fleet? I've lost our enemy. There they are. Okay. Let's get everyone to accelerate a little bit, because this is going to take a long time, I think. No, they are coming towards us. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, they are coming towards us. We can turn this off, and we can turn this off. Can't wait for formations to be a thing. Okay, the battleship is... Looks like they've got the frigate coming in. Let's slow combat down a little bit. Okay, we've wiped out that guy. His incoming fire I don't think will be enough. Actually, we know the battleship's taken a few hits. This machine kills invaders has taken a few hits, but nothing major. We're now moving in on their just battleship. Suspicious Dawn is coming in straight for us. I can't click on any of our ships, unfortunately. We should be coming into weapons range pretty soon. We'll just wait for combat to start again. Okay, he's firing torpedoes, and we're now firing primary weapons at him. There's no way his PD... That's a lot of PD. Wow, that is a lot of PD. It's not enough, but that... A few of those would be a problem. This machine kills invaders is in trouble. But its PD is still firing. And that's it. That's a victory. So I don't lose every fight. Okay. So this machine kills invaders took a little bit of damage, but nothing too major. Good work, High Fleet. Best Fleet. Okay, let's get them to transfer back to Scaffold Shipyard, which the game remembered this time was their primary place. Cool, they've transferred back, and they're repairing and resupplying. Okay, and they've been repaired. Excellent. Now, there's still the option to resupply them here, so for some reason it's not fully refueling them, but we'll just order that resupply. Okay.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
Order is returning.
Back on solid ground.
Cool. Clark Dad has deorbited on Mars. We've got another Mark IV destroyer. This is our first Mark IV. This is the one that's been refitted. Let's give it a name. It is the Lexington. Okay. So this is just our next generation of basically defense fleet. I'm going to leave it in its own fleet for now. We'll call this Earth Fleet 2 for the moment. And eventually this will all be Mark IV fleets, and we can retire the Mark IIs, which are currently the majority of the High Fleet. Oh, Zeta boron fusion drives are now available to research. That's what we've been waiting for. Okay, in that case, let's dump heavy UV phaser batteries. Let's get Zeta boron fusion drives researching. And let's massively pump them up. So these are the flip scale from... We're currently using Zeta helium drives, which have a fantastic DV, but not great acceleration. If I've read everything correctly and I understand everything correctly, then these drives are the opposite. They have great acceleration, which is great for interceptions. Okay, we've got another turn coming up now. We do need to take a second to look at cyborging our people. So if we have a look at augments, and we also have 50 XP sitting here because I've not been paying attention, we can now buy cybernetics at 2k each per person. So it's, if I get all of them, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, it's 18,000 credits per person. So it's going to cost a lot of money to upgrade everybody. I'm not going to do it on stream. God, these plus 3? But they replaced the old one, so it's just plus 1. Yeah, okay. We'll just quickly up his stats very slightly. Oh, the puppy's up. We'll just get some command on him. Okay, and I'll just go through everybody really quickly. We've got 44 on Quiet Raccoon. We'll put up Quiet Raccoon's espionage, and then we'll put up his command. That gets us more command points. Chuck Rambo doesn't really need anything, but we'll get his security up. Because of where we've ended up, Andrew, we're going to go with the drives we've researched. I haven't done any antimatter research at all in an attempt to avoid needing to do it, so we've ended up in this situation. But it's fine. So we've got 25, 25, 25. Let's get your science up a little bit. Fire has 60, so let's get Fire's security up. And Distal is sitting here. We need to get their persuasion up. That's our primary job. You might hear the puppy messing around in the background. That's them done. Ferrocite emitter implant description. We adapt the aliens' biological advantages for our own uses. Yeah, I assumed it's a biological upgrade, not a cybernetic upgrade. Which is a bit scary. That's some body modding in a different light. So I still have no idea what Clark Dad needs to do, but for now I'll just raise his security. Cool. Alright, that's all done. First things first, let's get Chuck. So I believe we can now unify the Philippines with the Pacific Defense League. Yep, so let's get Chuck. Turn this off. Let's get Chuck. No. Chuck to do set national policy in the Philippines. Oh, the puppy did get up because she wants to pop out. Just see what she wants to do in a second. I should probably have to quickly run out and let her in the back garden. At least it's not possum season like it was when we started playing this. Okay, not as bad this turn. So we're going to do Saudi, Pacific States, PDL, and Gulf States. So
Reporting in.
Saudi,
We'll make things safe.
Pacific States,
What's the up? We'll make things safe.
PDL,
Ready to go.
and Gulf States.
Standing by for orders.
When I get a second, I'll do some national policy.
Restoring order.
Oh, sugar, we need to defend somewhere.
Reporting.
Taiwan needs to be defended. Distal needs to defend Taiwan. I'm really glad I spotted that. That could have been really bad.
Making
Okay.
things safe for our
Let
people.
me just check nowhere else is undefended.
Orders.
Nope. Oh, okay. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna let the dog out. I will be right back. Hey, I am back. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're getting really bad quality. Are you? I hope it's not my upload that's the problem. Is anyone else having low quality issues? It could be my Australian internet. I'd be really sad if it was. The stream I'm pushing seems to be okay. Also, I need to get a dog break overlay because that would make things look a lot better when someone turns on the stream and I'm just being really quiet. Also, hey Corrado, thanks for joining the stream. How's it going? Okay, let's confirm the assignments I've given. Oh, Clark Dad, you need to advise. Imagine if he'd gone all the way here and he wasn't able to advise.
My expertise.
Obviously, his advice is not going to do much for a while because he is in a base that's under construction, but it will soon.
Securing our control. I will.
Okay,
help
good.
you.
I'm glad that it's good. Okay, so what he's going to do is increase the resource production by 25% once they're producing, which is going to be really nice. And that's basically what Clark Dad's going to do for the rest of his life. Okay, we've got a Mark III has just been launched. Let's give it a rename, and then we're going to upgrade it. Oh, this is a great name. I love this name. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Spacefish. It's a great name for this destroyer model, I think. So let's get it upgrading. I just accidentally clicked on a Humanity First Fleet. Okay, so we want to do refit docked ship. We want to find the Night Sky Mark III Spacefish. We've left a space open to refit it into a Night Sky Mark IV, and that will take 7 days. And we've got one more Night Sky Mark III on the way before we're only building Mark IVs going forward, which is a nice change of pace. Oh, can he change bases? Really? I'll need to check that. I thought we'd have to transfer, but I guess he could just jump on a shuttle, right? Okay, settlement core is done at Anderson Station. So this is one of our new volatiles mines. I built the LDA first. So what I want to do now is I want to get a fusion reactor array. We had to start with a fission pile, but that will not happen anymore. Sorry, fusion pile. But now we get a fusion reactor array, and I'm going to add a layer defense array as well. And then we're going to branch out from there. But I want to make sure these two modules are built first because we need to protect ourselves from any aliens that come try to destroy the space. And that's what the builders are doing. They're cruising around the solar system, just building volatile spaces for us.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
I'm worried about Saudi Arabia. We may lose Saudi Arabia to a coup.
Policy direction complete.
Okay. We can now unify the Philippines into the Pacific Defense League. We're slowly getting to the stage where we have enough command points to bring in... Okay, we've got... So, Spacefish is done. Let's add it to the fleet. Let's add it into... We'll actually call this Earth Interception Fleet rather than Fleet 2. That's the plan for this fleet at least. And we need to merge you with Romeo 288. Now that's concerning. It says there's no other fleets at Scaffold Shipyard. So where are the rest of our fleets right now? Where's the defense fleet? Scaffold Shipyard. So why couldn't I merge with you? Might be a size thing. I'll have to watch out for that. And we'll speed back up again. Oh, my brain when I play this game, there's just like 100 different things to keep track of. This fleet here is moving at speed for the 20th of May, arriving at Earth. Okay, that's the end of the turn. So let me check if Clark Dad can move to a different base, because if he can, that's amazing. Oh, he can. No, he can't. He's stuck at Cambalada. Unfortunately, that's where I landed him. It won't be too long before he's online.
Acknowledged.
Okay, let's have a look at unrest right now. That's our main concern. Go away. Right, we've got 2.2 in Saudi Arabia. Cohesion is going up very slowly. So we need to do Saudi Arabia. Probably need to hit 2 people at Saudi Arabia, Gulf states, Pacific states, and then we could maybe start working on Indonesia is our next target. But we need it's a really weird icon. We need quite a lot of command points available for this because each one of these is worth 14, so 28, 36. So 52. We need 52 command points for you to take all of Indonesia, which we don't quite have yet. We could take the executive off them, though, if we wanted to. Let's get some equality dealt with, though. So we need 2 people in Saudi Arabia this turn.
We'll make things safe.
Acknowledged.
Where
Okay.
to?
And then the other nations we need to look at
I'm
are Gulf State specific states.
We'll turn down the heat.
Ready to go. Restoring order.
At your service.
This is very tedious, this part of the game, really. I understand why it's
We'll
here.
restore peace
Okay,
to this
now,
nation.
how long do we have before the Pacific states confederate? They confederate... Well, they need 89 days, okay. And Taiwan needs... Taiwan is now ready to start cooling down on federation, so we can federate... Well, they already are. Okay, they can unify on the 13th of October, which isn't that far away. Now, that means Distal can potentially start working on... Let's do a little bit of public opinion in the Gulf states, because they don't like us at all.
We'll make our opinion.
And then we need to get ready for this fleet that's coming. So we'll see if we can intercept it when it arrives. If not, we'll split, and we'll go from there.
Offering counsel.
Okay, Zeta-Boron fusion is done. Japan has a couple of other claims. Yeah, we'll check that in a minute. Zeta-Boron is done. So what I can now do is, first of all, that was bad timing for that Mark IV to launch, but whatever. Hang on, stop. I hate the way things just jump at me constantly all the time. Let's select a new project. Let's go back to heavy UV phaser batteries. Let's zoom out so we don't get that white noise from being too close to a ship in our ears. Now we need to go into ship construction. We need to go into design ship class. No, we don't. We need to go back. We need to go into this menu here. So currently the Neo Mark IV battleship has a cruising speed of 24.4 and a DV of 2185. If we plan an upgrade for it, where we change out the Zeta Helion drive for the Zeta Boron fusion drive, and I put 6 engines for that in, with the same amount of propeller tanks, we now have a cruise acceleration of 52.6 and a delta V of 858. So the combat acceleration and the cruise acceleration are... I will do that. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Not my priorities in the research thought. It's basically flipped the two over, which means that this is a much better ship for staying in orbit and what's the word for it? Staying in place and basically intercepting enemy fleets. So this is the Neo Mark V battleship. So it's just a drive change essentially. We'll call this the Neo Mark V Interceptor. Is that going to be too much of word soup? The Neo Mark V Interceptor battleship. Done. Save design, and then we need to do the same thing for so we'll mark the 4 as obsolete. Now I need to do the Night Sky Mark IV. We go in and we change the drive for the Zeta Boron fusion drive. 16.7 millig's acceleration. Yeah, they don't really need... A cruise delta V here is 1.5 kps. They can go anywhere. We could probably dump some... Oh no, wait, hang on. Blah, blah, blah. That's better. Yeah, 80.3. That was more like it. Okay, and this is the Night Sky Mark V Interceptor Destroyer. Yes, Interceptor Destroyers and Interceptor Battleships are part of our cannon. You think we need some more armor for the Night Sky? We could put the frontal armor up to, say, 25. Put this up to 4. Put this up to maybe 8. That still gives us a lot. The volatiles cost isn't too bad at the moment. We could maybe put this to 10 and this to 5. I think that's fine. Let's save that design. Now we want to mark the mishaps, not the mishaps Mark IV, the Night Sky Mark IV as obsolete. And that gives us 2 new models, and we're just going to basically now need to upgrade everything. So let's check ship construction. Nose 30, really? I think I'm happy with it where it is. We'll see how it goes in combat. If we need to bring it up, we'll bring it up. So these 4 battleships are going to be upgraded when they come out of the hole, but let's find our Mark IIIs. So the Prevail needs to be renamed, but we'll do it once it's been upgraded. We're going to upgrade it to a Mark V here. And then everything else needs to be upgraded to Mark V as well. So it'll take 20 days to do that upgrade. So 20 days to swap out the fusion engine is pretty good. Alright, let's go to Earth. Let's unpause the game. Let's get ready. Okay, fleet has arrived at Mars. There's just a battleship in this fleet. What I would like to do is try and intercept it with the fast Mars fleet, which is 3 battleships. So you would think that 3 battleships should beat 1 battleship. Combat value 327, combat value 1k. This should be an easy win. They're probably going to lose. Target fleet is likely able to pursue, so we can't intercept with this fleet. So what we'll do is we'll get the task group Mars to intercept first. And then we'll get the fast Mars fleet to follow up with the pincer. This is why we need to swap the engines, because they're just not fast enough on their own to do it. Okay, the fast Mars fleet, of course, got there first, because it's a faster fleet, which means the other fleet's going to be the one that gets the fight. I should have thought about that. I'm used to engaging with ships that are the same speed. Yeah, they're going to run. And now we've got this fleet coming in. So this is a tight, short wall, heavy, center, engage. 3 destroyers, 1 battleship. Yeah, I'm going to keep things pretty simple here. We're going to set the battleship as a primary target. We're going to turn the missiles off on the... we'll keep one of the missile launchers on. And we'll speed things up. And we'll just padlock everybody. So we've got the accidental poke, the don't touch me. I quite like the accidental poke and the don't touch me being in the same fleet. The Flying Dutchman and the battleship Telmegado. We'll speed up and then we'll turn off this mess. Oh. Well, no sound effects for the frigate firing, which is interesting. Focus fire is coming in on the battleship. That's an interesting missile spread. It's actually easier to see from further away. No PD fire from the frigate. It feels like ships aren't helping each other out as much with PD since the latest patch. Oh, there goes the frigate. These missiles are just an insurance policy. Should the fleet get wiped out, the missiles will do the job. But we're getting hits on the battleship now. This destroyer is going to go down. There's no way I can deal with this amount of... Oh, there you go. There's the destroyer giving covering fire. And this destroyer is giving covering fire here as well. I thought they were going to go down, but I don't think they will. The volume of fire the battleship's putting out just isn't high enough. And this is why our new ships have multiple coil guns. Because it's all about the volume of fire to overwhelm the PD. So rather than having 1 coil gun per ship, we've got 4 coil guns per ship. And that's the end of that fight. That's a good win for the Mars Defense Fleet. What's left of it anyway. Is this battle going to end? There we go. 7.7 exotics from that. That's pretty nice. That's enough to build quite a few ships. Let's make sure Mars is selected and unpause. Even with Mars unselected, it still went fast. Okay, let's close and we'll select that fleet. Unfortunately, that'll make me fly over to them. Yeah. Tell them to transfer back to... where is it? Here be dwarves. And then we'll get you to also transfer back. I hate the way it flings me across the solar system just when I select a fleet. Okay, done. Okay. Back in action. On instruments of soft power, gain +1 to missions to gain control of a point or control of a hab. Increase control match by 10. Interesting.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Order is returning.
things are cooling off.
Okay, Saudi Arabia's down to peaceful, which is good.
Things are stabilizing. Order is returning.
Let's support Japan, the Typhoon. Colony mining complex completed at Hotsville on Olympus Mons. That's a level 3 mining core, which I built in the wrong place, looking at this, because this is not going to produce enough. We need more power here. I think we've got a fusion reactor farm under construction, which will be finished in the 14th of June, so a little bit later on this year, but that will get this up and running. And then our production should also increase from that. Here comes a fleet. Okay, Gambalda now has a new settlement core. That means that we can upgrade the Upwards mining complex to a settlement mining complex. We also need to build a layer defense array. I'm building that separately to make sure that it's safe. We also need a fusion reactor array. I want to build 2 to be safe. Let's get a farm under construction. What is this? A fusion pile. Okay. We've got a fusion and a fission pile here. We need to get rid of those. Let's let all of that build, and then we'll have a look at the situation here. And then Clarkdad will finally be useful. Okay, alien fleet has arrived on Earth. I wanted to see if we could intercept this. So if we get... Oops, don't unpause the game. Can Earth Defense... Does Earth Defense Force need to pincer it? Target fleet is likely to escape pursuit. Okay. We do also have the Earth Interception Fleet, but it is only 2 destroyers. And I don't think... What is the enemy fleet at the moment? The enemy fleet is... Oh, it's just a gunship. Then yes. The Earth Interception Fleet is fast enough to get there, even though it hasn't got the upgraded engine, so we'll just send them on their own. So with a max... see what this looks like. With a max bid, they can't get away from us. 43 KPS. Let's submit the bid. Start the battle. And we're just going to boost towards this guy as fast as we can. This shouldn't be a long fight. And we'll just set him as a primary target. So we've got the Space Fleet, Fish, and the Lexington. These are our Mark IV destroyers. They are armed with Coal Cannon Mark IIIs. That's their only armament. They are made for point defense support, really. The battleships should be leading the fight here, but we don't have any battleships constructed yet. But this should be a pretty easy fight for them to win. There you go. There's some hitting the afterburners. Not really, but it sounds cool. I want to lock the camera to the space fish. They're just cruising now. They massively outrange this frigate. It has. I say that it's got a beam weapon that's reaching out and touching. The question is, does it have PD? It doesn't seem to have any PD. So once they get a firing solution, it should get cut to pieces. That's it down. Alright, good work, Interception Fleet. You did your job. Speed this up. That could have been trying to deliver an alien agent to Earth. Why else would they send a gunship, is what I'm thinking. So the Lexington took a little bit of damage there. But that was a pretty minimal expenditure of resources to defend Earth. It was a very small fleet, but proof of concept working is always good. So to select the fleet. I want to select the fleet without my camera jumping to the fleet. I don't think I can do it. Okay, hang on a second. You need to transfer back to Scaffold Shipyard. And then what just got built? Anderson Station just built its mining core. That's fantastic. So this place is now actually producing minerals for us, but we need to I think we need to upgrade this to a settlement mining complex. Yeah, it's another 80 days, unfortunately. We were up to 800. Cool, you completed your transfer. You should be repairing and resupplying. Yes, please. Is there a new setting for controlling camera jumps? Because honestly, it would make my life 100 times better. Fleet status update. Mission phase summary panel starts open. Unpause after confirming council missions. Display system clock. Use random seed. No, there's no option I can see here to unfortunately stop that. It might be in the release candidate. that I'm not playing. Okay, Earth Interception Fleet has been repaired. That's good news. They're ready for another job. And it's a new turn. Okay, let's have a look. So we need to defend the... one of our control points of the Pacific Defense League is unprotected. It's a bit annoying that we're going to have to do that. What else needs to defend it? Just that one defend interest mission, I think. Hey Boris, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. Okay, according to this, all of the Pacific Defense League points are undefended. Even though in this... Oh no, this isn't defended. This is showing that they are something different. Okay, so we'll get... First of all, we'll get Distal on the defense of Japan. Sorry, Pacific Defense League.
Things safe for our people.
Okay. Why? Okay, I was like, why has it jumped across the solar system? It's because of bloody Clark Dad. Let's get him to advise. I need to set that to a repeatable mission so we don't have to worry about him ever again.
What's the op?
Situation on Earth. How long are we waiting for the Philippines again? 74 days before they form a government. We're waiting for October for Taiwan to be able to join the... October for Taiwan to join the Pacific Defense League. We've got the Philippines in, which is great. How are we looking for unrest? Unrest is looking a lot better this turn, which is great news. Look, we're at 0.1 inequality in Saudi Arabia. So our biggest cause for concern right now is Taiwan, PDL, and Gulf states. Those are the three that need to be suppressed. So Gulf states,
Restoring order.
Taiwan,
Where to? Standing by for
and
orders.
Pacific states.
Your orders. We'll
Was it
restore
PDL or
peace to
Pacific
this
states?
nation.
It was-
Standing by.
It was PDL, not Pacific states.
Ready for orders.
Okay, that leaves Fire with something to do.
Acknowledged.
Let's start building public opinion in Indonesia, because that's our next target. This is the next place that we can bring into the PDL, because we have a claim on it. And they are very deeply entrenched servant supporters right now.
I will
So
try
we
to
need
sway
to
the
work on
public.
that. Okay, any fleet battles this turn? I just want to make sure nothing catches me out, like a fleet arriving at a station rather than in an orbit of a planet. So many alien fleets. It's just ridiculous. Okay. Fleet coming to Mars on the 5th of July. That's not till next month. One fleet coming to Earth on the 19th of November. Earth, 19 November, just so I know that's coming. We should have some battleships by then. Okay, next up, we've got a fleet coming to Mars on the 22nd of December. So we need to be aware of that coming in. These are all really small fleets. It feels like it's just gunships and frigates that are coming. They're just mass-producing frigates and gunships and sending them to their doom. Which I'm not going to complain about, but it isn't the most thrilling thing to deal with. So that's me complaining about it. Alright. Remind me when Clark Dad pops up to click repeat mission.
I will help them.
Okay. Permanent assignment. Done. He's never going to talk to me again. He has been banished to the moon. Sorry, to Mars. And we're never going to talk to Clark Dad ever again. Okay. The builders have made it to back out to Nemesis. Sorry for that, Bosch. That means that we can now build an outpost. So we'll build a fusion outpost on Belial's Pit. Cool. We need to just add to its constructions a layer defense array. Point defense array. We will add the mining complex. Actually, we might as well get the mining complex under construction as well. There's not going to be enough power here to power it, but at least it will be built for when we do get more power. And then we can order the builders to transfer back to Earth. And that's what they do. They just go backwards and forwards, building us more and more stations. It's a lot faster than sending stuff via boost. Transfer back to Earth. You'll get back before the alien interception fleet can get to you. That's pretty cool. Interestingly, they keep sending fleets to Ceres, but not attacking my bases on Ceres. DNA repairs. Counselors live 10 years longer. Oh, I forgot to fix that project issue. I'll fix it now. Let's get heavy UV phaser cannon. Let's get Great United North America researched, just so it's done. And we need to turn this off because that was really dumb of me to leave that on. Okay. Oh, I actually need to give this a name. Oh, I need to refresh the tool. Research Station Quartz doesn't quite fit. I want to re-roll that. Exodus Station 13 also doesn't quite fit, but I'm not going to re-roll it again. We do have a ship we need to refit. I'll give it the first name we rolled, which is Research Station Quartz. Which is, I think it's a crash test suggestion, which is nice to see. I remember that was made a long time ago when the campaign just first started. Okay, we've got a new ship that's come out. What type of ship is it? I didn't read the pop-up. It is a Night Sky Mark V Interceptor class destroyer. Okay, it is a remake. So we need to give this a name as well. I think it's our first Mark V, actually. So this is the Surging Tide. I think this is supposed to be two different names, the Surging Tide and Receding Tide. I'm going to call it the Surging Tide. If I got that wrong, please correct me. Now, this is the actual fast fleet. The one that's the Mark V. This is Earth Interception Fleet. So do we have a free construction slot at Scaffold Station now? Yeah, Scaffold. So now what we need to do is we need to upgrade our Mark IVs to Mark Vs. Okay, so we're looking for Night Sky Mark IVs. Crash test, Night Sky Mark V, Night Sky. So Spacefish needs to be upgraded into a Mark V. And I'm actually just going to queue up the Lexington as well. So it's in the queue. Okay. Oh. And then that means that that fleet should have disappeared. Yeah, Earth Interception Fleet has disappeared. So we're now going to rename Romeo 290 into Earth Interception Fleet. Because this is the actual Interception Fleet because it has the fast ships in it. Interception Fleet. And eventually we'll be able to retire the High Fleet. Or rename the High Fleet to the Earth Interception Fleet. Lots of paperwork to do in this game.
Is abating.
Ah, I did see that someone had sent me a message. I hadn't actually opened. I've got quite a few messages pending on Discord, and I usually go through them on the weekend when I've got time to sit down with them. I promise you I will check it out tomorrow morning. I'm going to be, it's midnight now, so I'm going to go to bed. But if it's about the earthquakes in Turkey, that's quite important, so I'll check that out. I do have quite a few sitting, but I will look for yours. If I check them during the week, I usually don't remember to reply to them, so I spend some time on the weekend doing Discord messages, if that makes sense. So don't worry, I'm not ignoring you or anything, it just hasn't gone to the weekend yet for me to read it. But if it's about the earthquakes, it's probably quite pressing, so I'll check it out. What are we going to research here? Let's get heavy UV phaser cannons done. We're just going down the list, really. The Chilean 2nd Motorized Division was destroyed. Okay, I got really concerned there when I saw Initiative in Pacific Defense League, but we're okay. Right, new turn. 16th of June, we can't bring anyone else in. Let's check what else we've got going on here. Unrest situation. We're looking at... It's looking a lot better. Suddenly, instantly, things are looking better. Inequality in Saudi Arabia has unfortunately gone down again. We can't really do anything about that. But we only have 1.2 unrest in Pacific States, Saudi Arabia. So those are the only two I'm going to suppress this turn. That gives us more actions for the rest of the team. So Pacific States is here. And Saudi Arabia was the other one. Actually, we'll get Distill to do this. Because what I'm going to try and do is we're going to start taking over Indonesia. And to do that, we need to purge a control point. They're all very well defended. This is quite a strong nation. I haven't dealt with a strong nation in a while, so let's get purging. Wow, we can't purge either. We're going to need to do a mass public opinion push here before we can start work on the country. So let's get you in there.
Persuade the people.
Reporting in.
I think the servants have been been in control of Indonesia for quite a long
We
time.
must persuade the people.
Ready. We'll
Okay,
make
let's see how
our
that looks
appeal.
after this. Okay, we'll confirm assignments, and we will unpause.
Offering counsel.
And Clark Dyke's just doing his thing in space.
Violence is abating.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Up to 8% in,
We're unable to increase security.
that's
We're
bad.
winning their hearts and minds.
Public opinion is moving in our
Okay,
direction.
we've got the first Mark IV battleship, which unfortunately needs to instantly be refit into... Okay, a bunch of Mark IV battleships just launched. 2 of them. But they need to instantly be rebuilt into Mark Vs. So I'm just going to send them in to do that now, before I rename them. So let's go into ship construction, which is this tab here. Hey, nice guys, how's it going? I hope you're... Did you say that you were delayed because of a flight? I hope you haven't... I hope everything went okay. Let's do ship construction. Yeah, there's been quite a lot of explosions. We're mostly focusing on just getting everything back up and running. So we want to refit a docked ship. We want to reship a Mark IV battleship, which I just saw and then took away from, into a Mark V interceptor class battleship. And we'll use this empty slot here to do that. And then there's another one as well, this one here. Oh, the game is just being a little bit slow. I can't add that to the queue, though. Now I can. Cool. Oh, no, hang on. Cancel that. Why have I lost the ship? Where's it gone? The Neo Mark IV has just disappeared. Did that delete the ship? Okay, there's a possibility that I just deleted a ship. There's no fleet showing up with that ship in it. I don't think it's possible to refit the Mark IIIs. The Mark IIIs are in... Actually, the Mark IIIs are in orbit of Mars. We could probably do that. But that Mark IV has now just officially disappeared off the face of the planet. No, there it is. It's reappeared. Thank goodness. I thought I deleted it. Okay, so let's get the Mark IIIs upgrading as well. We've just managed to get our Mark V Zeta Boron drive ships on the way. Hey, Crash Test, mostly just upgrading ships is what's been going on. A couple of big fights. We're rebuilding some more volatile mines across the space. We'll get the Shards of Glory upgrading at Here Be Dwarves. And we'll get the Shining Feathers upgrading at Here Be Dwarves. And we'll get the Rocinante upgrading at Here Be Dwarves. So they're all upgrading to Mark Vs as well, which is great. That gives us a little bit better of a fleet. So the Mark Vs, for those who just joined, has the Zeta Boron drive rather than the Zeta Halion drive, which means it can intercept enemies rather than having to pincer them. Chile and Peru ended their war, that's good. I also made destroyers with no armor. Thanks for confirming that. Okay. Spacefish has been completed. That means it can be added to Earth Interception Fleet. No armor at all, Night Skies. Yes, I accidentally made it with... Oh, whoa, what's going on here? Willing Burden, are you having a disco? This ship is having an illegal space disco. Oh, that is really painful to look at. Oh, I hate it. What if Destroyer put lightning? Anyway, Earth Interception Fleet. We need to add Romeo to 3. Actually, you know what ship that is? The disco ship, I'm pretty sure... What's the Independence? It's a Night Sky 2 class destroyer. No, because this ship isn't getting refitted. This is a Night Sky 2. This is an unupgradable ship. I don't know what's going on there. But Earth Interception Fleet is finally coming together. That was a space wave and a half. Oh, hey, Mathwin as well. How you doing? Okay, another turn dawns on Earth. We finally, I think, managed to get on top of the unrest problem in Saudi Arabia. We're not producing as much money. Our money's become static since we've changed. But I think it's important to invest in the country for a little while to get that sorted out. The cohesion is not going up very high, unfortunately, but I'm hoping it will sort itself out over time. We need to literally, the only place I'm going to do some stabilization is in Saudi Arabia. For those not in the know, Clark Dad has permanently been banished to Mars, where he's going to drive a digger around a Martian mine for the rest of his life until I can come up with something more useful to use him for. Our new mission is to take Indonesia.
Ready to go.
Indonesia is a servant hotspot. So right now I'm doing the old tactic of bombing it with public campaigns in an attempt to win them over to our side. I'm going to see if we can do a crackdown with what we've done so far.
Ready for my mission.
And we're going to try and take Indonesia off the servants.
Tell our story.
So if we get Guy to crack down on one of the servants' points, there's one of them that will be a little bit better. Security apparatus, oligarchs. This is what corporation. Security apparatus, what does that give us? Bonus to crack down, detain, and assassinate. Bonus to coup d'etat. Bonus to defend. Okay, we will go with the security apparatus, and we'll see if we can crack that down.
Targeting their key people.
Ooh. Exactly, Mathwin. That's kind of why, one of the reasons why I think I've banished him to Mars. He will mean that the mine he is in produces 25% more resources, which is something, but it is a bit of a waste of an agent. He's just a bit of useless agent. Okay, there's a meteor. A meteor is about to strike Doomsday Station. We'll try to knock it off course. We've got a 50% chance of diverting it, or we'll lose some modules. Otherwise, it's an 80% chance of losing a module. Got his aim was on the mark, and a careful application of our spaceborne weapon, he was able to shift the meteor's trajectory by a degree. It will now miss Doomsday Station by a safe margin. Cool. Need more events like that, please. Outpost Core is done at Belial's Pit. Oh, Jeremy Clarkson has cancelled himself, pretty much. I don't really want to go into it, but he made some pretty disgusting comments. And even the British public was like, mate, that's a bit too far. Although I think Amazon are still publishing his... Oh, I'm talking about Jeremy Clarkson, not Clark Dad. I think they're still publishing his farm show season 2, but I think he's off Top Gear, or whatever they call that show now. Okay, we've got a fleet arriving in Mars. Unfortunately, our Mars defense fleet is under upgrades, but we do have a second Mars defense fleet. Oh no. Have they arrived at Mars? Yes, they've arrived at Mars. So, Task Group Mars, the Red Guard, could attempt a transfer. Target fleet is likely to escape pursuit. That means we're going to have to split the fleet. Space body penalty. We have 480 mission control available. Our ships and hubs operate a total of 3 to 7 operate at full effectiveness. Mission control is provided by all of this. 427 from nations. There doesn't appear to be any penalties. So let me split this fleet. Oh, this is nasty. We'll send the 2 destroyers in and then the battleship on its own up against the dreadnought. We can't chase it down because it's way more Delta V than us. If it decides to bombard, though, most of our places have LDAs. Okay, that's a whole paragraph. It's there. Cool. I think we could win this fight. So let's get... we want Task Group Mars to be the one that intercepts. So we'll send this one in first. Oh, because it's destroyers, it's not going to be able to escape. That means I just won't bid. Yeah, it's going to take the fight. It is going to take... I can see that it's going to take the fight. I think the destroyers can win. If they can't, I'm not that concerned because we're replacing them. Let's see what happens. So I don't want to... If I just click accept... Or do I have to click engage in order to get the... Do I have to click engage to get the pincer to work? Or if I click accept... Oh, but it might take... I'll click accept. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't want to lose the fleet if I don't have to. Okay, they didn't take the fight. Now we should get the intercept. There we go. And now the battleship will get the fight. Cool. That worked fine. Oh, but now we didn't get the intercept. Damn it. Okay. So yeah, I have to hit engage. I now know that. Okay, we will wait for the Romeo 293 is already available. Okay, close. So we're just gonna go in with the both of these fleets again. Transfer. Then we'll transfer Romeo 294 as well. And we'll just take the fight with the destroyers and see if they can beat the Dreadnought. They probably can't. Okay, it took the fight with a battleship. I don't know why, but it did. So that's fine. We're just going to use one missile bay. What I'm actually going to do... No, I'm pretty happy with our speed. Because you don't want to be coming in too fast when we actually get to combat. I'm just going to fast forward until the firing starts. Okay, there's no sound effects, but we are actually launching missiles. Now the sound effects have started. Two missile launchers and what looks to be a coal gun. Our fleets have just started to return fire. We're already taking damage here. I think this must be a plasma cannon because we're not firing any. We're not firing back with any PD. So it looks like the aliens are now using plasma cannons, which means the primary gun. This battleship is in a really bad situation. There's not really much you can do now that its primary gun has been destroyed by the plasma cannon. It's not firing back. The destroyer is trying to save it. It's basically down to the missiles. In fact, let's just hang on. Stop. If we're going to lose this battle... Oh, we've already lost the missile launchers. Damn. Oh, no, we haven't. We've lost one missile launcher. Yeah, I can't activate this one, but at least these ones will fire if they can. No, battleship just got lost. It's down to the destroyer, which is already taking plasma cannon fire. It's really down to these missiles if they can overwhelm the PD on this Dreadnought, which I don't think they'll be able to do. I wasn't expecting that. That's a pretty bad outcome. I just clicked the button. I don't think they've got the engines for it, though. I was hoping to give them, or order them to ram, but they've actually lost their Pegasus drive, so they can't even ram. Trying to get them to shoot with their PD. So that's a big change. This Dreadnought has a plasma cannon. It doesn't have a coil gun. So our PD was not able to stop those shots, and the armor wasn't good enough to protect the ship. Another reason why nose-mounted weapons could be a problem. Sadly, the... Can I change these? No. They're only set to defense. They'll only fire defensively. That was cruel. Okay. We now have a big threat in orbit of Mars. Yeah, we've lost quite a lot of space people this stream, and over the last few streams. The war has definitely gotten quite serious. This Dreadnought is a concern. I don't want to take this fight. What we're going to do is we're going to transfer them back to the space station, and we'll hide them there. We'll just see what this ship does. Oh, hang on. If I did take the fight, they should... Yeah, we'll move Romeo 294 to transfer back to Here We Dwarves. I wanted to save the volatiles, is really the reason I didn't open up with all the missiles. And then I lost our only battleship in orbit of Mars. So, yeah, that worked really well. should spell that the American way. I should have just opened it with all the missiles. Hi, TRM. It's not going too badly, actually. It's just old ships can't keep up with the new alien meta, but we have new ships rolling out across the solar system.
Order is returning.
We should keep an eye on what that destroyer does.
We've moved the needle.
The people will come to our side.
Yeah, it's basically I tried to cheap out on the win. That's the whole reason we lost that fight.
Sentiment is increasingly with us.
Crackdown complete.
Okay, we got a crackdown in Jakarta. I'm just watching the feed here. Okay. 2 Neo Mark V Interceptor class battleships have just launched. We need names for them. This Neo Mark IV is called... this Neo Mark V is called... Oh. Rave Ship is still raving. The Legend of Rave Ship. You can just see it raving in the background there. Alright, this is the Careful Rammer. And the other one is... cool name. The Icicle. And that's our 2 Mark V battleships. And we'll add them into Earth Interception Fleet. But that Rave Ship is a problem. I need to know what's going on with that Rave Ship. Clark Dad is at the mine, but that mine has been under construction the whole time he's been there. And I haven't moved him because I'm being lazy about it. So he's currently doing nothing, which to be honest is pretty in character. A cool name. TRM. Okay, we've got another Night Sky Mark V Interceptor class just launched in Earth orbit. Let's give this one a name. Oh no, the Lexington was its original name because it's a destroyer. So we'll need to add that to the fleet. And now we have an interception fleet in orbit of Earth. That party fleet ship, man. Oh, did I just add that to... Okay, I thought for a second I'd added that to the wrong fleet. Let me just check that. No, the Lexington's in the right fleet. Okay. I think that's what's happened, Mishaps. They're just having a great time. Okay, new turn. It's the 16th of July. We still can't bring... so Pacific States is 28 days before they form a government. And Taiwan, I think we're waiting until October before we can unify. Yeah, 13th of October we can bring them in. Okay, so our main focus right now is starting to bring the Philippines under our control. Let's just check the situation in terms of unrest. Unrest is growing, but isn't too bad. We need to just depress it in the PDL, Taiwan, and the Gulf States. Anytime it gets over 1, I'm going to push it back down again. So PDL, Taiwan, Gulf States. We're going to get Distal to defend our 1 point we've taken in Indonesia for now. Because I don't want to lose it. Oh, we haven't taken it yet. Never mind. We're going to get Guy to purge that control point. Yep. And then we're going to get Chuck to lower unrest in Taiwan. Oh, we've also unified North and South Korea and Japan into one country. That's also what happened this stream. Oh, I always want to click that button. I always want to click that button.
Standing by.
So you do Taiwan. And then the other ones were was it Gulf States, and PDL. Okay. So Distal, you can do... You're doing a defense mission, which has seemingly disappeared. No, because it's not defense yet. So you can stabilize the PDL. And then we'll get Fire to stabilize Gulf States. And just because I missed it last turn, I'm also going to stabilize Saudi Arabia, which is very boring, I know. Okay. I don't think we've got any fleets this round, but let's just unpause and see what happens. One nice thing is the aliens at the moment seem to be completely ignoring Mercury. He says, looking at Victor 153 with concern. Nope, they're on their way all the way off to the side of the solar system. They're coming very... Okay, oh. So they got there really fast. Oh, this could be the fleet that was actually intercepting the builders. This could be the ship that was intercepting the builders. So I don't think our defense system has been built yet at Belial's Pit, sadly. It was under construction. No, it has been constructed. Excellent. We've got our point defense array. Small surface to orbit ultraviolet phaser cannon is ready to defend the base against alien aggression, which is what we didn't build last time. So let's keep an eye out to see if they decide to bombard the base or not. Resistance fleet, the builders complete a transfer. They're back in low Earth orbit. Why did I send them to Earth? They should have gone to Mars. Oh well. That's a longer transfer than they needed to make. I'll wait for them to repair and rearm. They're ready to go. Okay, in that case, you need to transfer back out into the solar system. Let's see if we get ourselves a source of base metals, because we could do with some more base metals right now. Ishar's Regret has an alien base on it, unfortunately. The next best one is looking like Kunlao Crater on 6-9 Hesperia. So let's transfer out to 6-9 Hesperia. That's going to use up a fraction of their DV. That's fine. No, that's to Chang'e orbit, not to 6-9 Hesperia. 6-9 Hesperia will use up just a fraction of their DV as well, so let's get them on the way over there. And next time we'll send them back to Mars, not Earth. Guess a bit of R&R for their crews.
Stabilizing.
Things are cooling off.
Okay, Shards of Glory has just launched in Mars orbit, so our Mars fleet's coming back online. We'll just rebuild the interception fleet
There's
here.
them,
Oh,
and
so
there's
many
an
things are
us.
happening.
Always has been, as much as we kid ourselves that somehow we've become more enlightened over all these years of blood and suffering. Commander Fiona Ayawade, SIS Correspondence.
Now that we can readily bend genomes to our will, we can achieve so much more than merely changing life. We can create it. Genetic editing at an embryonic level can bring about livestock able to thrive in hostile environments, fast-spreading terraformic flora, lab-grown food sources, new bacteria-based pharmaceuticals to combat new diseases, and even pets designed to be as charming and obedient as the imagination allows. Most of all, these human-designed species will help make life in space and on distant worlds not just survivable, but even pleasant. They may even ultimately be able to turn back the tide of climate change and save Earth itself. Welfare removes more carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and we've got climate change mitigation as a new technology that we can research. Oh, hey, Gurgly, how's it going? If you're not on the Discord, I always put an event up in my Discord channel when I'm going to stream. And I also post on Discord that I'm going to, when the stream starts, if that is something you're interested in. I want to get climate change mitigation research, so we're just going to get that started. And we need to sort out this fleet situation in... oh, sorry, Neil. You're too slow. I wasn't ready for you. Next time, we'll get antimatter going. I just didn't think antimatter was worth it. That really blew my mind, seeing the Russ and Andy just do that in front of my face. I thought the game was paused. Okay, so we need to get Romeo 298 is going to be renamed to Mars Interception Fleet. Ah, no worries. It's okay, Gurgly. It's all good. If, just in case you weren't. And then we'll merge in Romeo 299. I know these streams aren't like at a good time for anyone, but I didn't want to change the time that I do them in because it kind of works for me. But I have to say that like I find the lunchtime streams I do for Ixion far more pleasant, just in terms of how awake I am. Doing this after a full days of work sometimes, especially when there's a big incident or something, yeah, it can sometimes be quite challenging, but I still enjoy it a lot. I also just really enjoy hanging out with chat. Really makes my day. Really nice to see the same people showing up for streams and stuff. It really makes me happy. So thank you all, I just want to say. Ferrocite decon operations. Okay, more negatives on aliens. There go the builders. Nice to see a human fleet out and about.
We're in control here.
Okay, we've purged out the... We've got control... Oh, hang on. Now that we've done that... Just need to change the priorities here. We'll just push Earth Update 6 for now. Start getting economy, welfare, knowledge up. Probably a little bit of Unity as well, actually. And a little bit of funding, just to try and counter what the servants have been doing. 4:48 a.m. Neil, you are an absolute legend for joining these streams. I didn't realize it was that early for you. Oh, they purged us out as soon as we took it. The Academy actually managed to purge us. Even though it wasn't a cracked point. Wow. Interesting. Well done, the Academy. Purged us straight out of the point. Okay, new turn. It is the 1st of August. I'm really shocked the Academy was able to purge us out there. What's going to happen now is they're going to secure this point, and we're going to have to start again. The Academy being able to purge us out means we probably need to do something about their agents. We've probably got some very powerful agents that we haven't really been paying attention to. So we're going to get Fire.
For my mission.
No, we're going to get Quiet
What's the up?
to investigate the agent that just did that. This guy here. Hey, Durgis, good to see you. Yeah, I know it's super early, and I really appreciate people tuning in.
Where to?
Then what we're going to do is we're going to get Guy
At your service.
to crack down. I'm going to crack down this point under the assumption that the Academy are going to defend it. No one else has started a win condition apart from the Protectorate TRM. Nobody else has made any announcements or anything like that. Let's have a look at our current situation in terms of unrest. That's a good point. I probably don't want to kill them while they control China. Didn't think about that. I was just reaching for the bridge, you know? Just reaching in my back pocket to pull that bridge out. I still want to investigate the agent, because making contact with him will be useful. We actually have quite a decent amount of public support in the country. We've got 40%. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to crack down.
Standing by for orders.
We don't actually need to worry too much about
Acknowledged.
unrest this turn. So I'm going to work on public opinion in Indonesia again.
Making our case.
Ready to go.
Ready to
And
go.
what's our most unresty place? We'll just get a push down of unrest here in the Pacific,
We'll restore
the
peace
Pacific
to this
states.
nation.
The specific states I wanted to say. Okay, well, I think we've got some fleets coming in pretty soon. Let's confirm assignments and unpause. National Ecological Wealth Stabilization Programs. National Employees to welfare increased by 5%. Okay, we'll have a look at that when we get a chance.
Support.
Neopolis Mining Complex done at Belial's Pit. That's great, but we need the HAB module to be complete. So we can upgrade. Oh, it's already currently upgrading. Cool. That ship has left the orbit and not attacked the base, which is perfect. The point defense array was enough to scare it off. Did anyone else see Voluspa just do a little pirouette at the top left of the screen there? That was hilarious. The planet name did like a pirouette. Fusion array done at Anderson Station. Okay, that's cool.
We've got some intel on our
Liana
target.
Lay. Initiative works with the politician. I want to have a look at their
Cleaning things
stats.
up.
Oh, that was an initiative agent. So that wasn't even an agent for the Academy that we saw here. It was an initiative agent. Huh. The Academy might have super cyborgs.
Things are cooling off.
The people will come to our side. They slipped away from us.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, new settlement core is done at Belial's Pit. So what I want to do now is upgrade this to a settlement mining complex. I want to get a layer defense array up and running here. I want to get a fusion reactor array up and running. I want to get a couple of farms. And I think I'm going to need another fusion reactor array as well. All right. looking good for Fissils again. Hey, Kambala is finally able to produce minerals for us again. It's finally upgraded. Although the Southern Mining Complex hasn't got power yet, sadly. So Clark Dad still isn't mining for us. Once that fusion reactor array is done, though, we'll be able to. Oh, the servers just coup d'etat the Himalayan states. That's hilarious. The servers just freed Himalaya. Tibet, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Tibet is free, I think. Kathmandu. Well, good luck to them. In the middle of China and India. If my geography's not betraying me. Okay, how are things looking this turn? We're looking fine for unrest. I don't really need to do anything. We failed to crack down the... I think it wasn't protected to crack it down, so we'll try that again. We'll get Guy to crack down one of the servants' points. And we'll get Quiet to crack down... Not Tibet? Okay. I don't know my geography for that part of the world. I just embarrassed myself. That's excellent. Love that for me. We'll crack down the initiative as well. We'll leave the academy one for the moment. Let's take an 92% chance on that
Targeting their key people.
one. Chuck hasn't found any aliens in a while. I'm just going to see if there's anything weird going on in Thailand again. It's near Tibet. Okay. Fire will... Let's keep pushing public opinion here.
I will tell our story.
Standing by.
Okay, that'll
Must
do for this turn.
persuade the people.
Let's confirm and unpause.
Initiating recon.
I will help them.
Anderson Station has its new mining mining complex. That's it, isn't it? No, does this need to be upgraded? Quantity core fusion reactor, layer defense array. No, we are now producing from this mine. This mine is done. I could upgrade these, but there's no point. It's stable. What I would actually do is add a couple of farms. So we need to add another power supply here to cover that farm. Okay. All the planets did a little pirouette there. I noticed as we zoomed in.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Okay, we managed to crack down.
It hurts.
Every conflict
Ooh,
around
administration
us
algorithms is done.
Man's anger, fear, greed, or jealousy. Yes, it is the fount of love and faith and art, but perhaps, just perhaps, we are wrong to place the human heart upon such a pedestal. Director Khalid al-Ashqar, op-ed in the Gulf News.
Now that we've developed functioning artificial intelligence, we can explore the many ways in which machine consciousness can enrich human society. One of the most obvious and immediately appearing applications is to hand the day-to-day running of our factories, nations, and off-world colonies to what are, in effect, all-knowing yet entirely selfless entities. They can administrate public services, they can regulate the markets, they can automate space traffic, and they can safely operate and maintain hazardous deep space reactors and mining facilities. In effect, they can direct almost every aspect of society while nevertheless remaining our faithful servants. Furthermore, they will be able to adapt to a changing galactic map faster than can the human brain. Our world-class software engineers are confident they've finally developed a reliable and safe beta version of what will surely be the first of many such AI administrators. These leaders who feel most prepared for this new dawn may begin the rollout at once. Economy priority projects per capita GDP in a nation at an additional 2%, and a bunch of stuff becomes available. And we're going to go for antimatter containment. There it is there, antimatter containment. We'll start working on spikers. Cool. I'm actually going to fully invest in that. That'll be done by December. Fleet logistics is also about to complete, and you know what that means we'll get access to. It's pretty cool tech.
Complete.
Heavy UV phaser batteries are done. Some cool techs. Automated fishing piles, I don't care about that. Space traffic control. National investment point directed mission control priority are increased by 25%. That would have been great a while ago. Control point capacity increased by 25. Okay, there's a few things in here that we've now unlocked. Ecological stabilization is something... We actually need marine company barracks. I actually just realized we need this technology in order to take the moons of Jupiter, so I'll get working on that. Our mines produce 50% more radiologicals. That's a good one. Rapid fiscal enrichment. We will wait for Greater United North America to complete, and then we'll replace it with that. Marine Company Barracks is done. That was fast. Let's get Rapid Fissile Enrichment done. That gets us more radiologicals. Something's happening. It's the end of the turn. Alright, we need to defend the Pacific States with Distal.
Securing our interests.
We've cracked down 2
Ready to
points
go.
here. We're gonna purge both of them in the attempt to keep both of them. So we're gonna purge here,
The opposition.
and we're
Ready
gonna
to go.
purge here.
Terminating the opposition.
Chuck didn't
Ready.
find anything weird. Let's just check Brazil. Actually, let's just check unrest. Unrest is great since we changed our priorities. Even though we're not making very much money anymore, we're also not losing
Surveilling target
Saudi Arabia
area.
all the time.
What's the op?
And let's get fire. Well, let's just check our dates again. So Taiwan, we're waiting on October, I believe. 13th of October, so still a while away. And Pacific States have finally formed a government, and we can federate. Actually, I think they're able to. They need to ally. Damn. Need to ally. We need to remember to ally when we take somewhere. So they'll be able to do something on the 18th of October as well. Okay. Everyone's got jobs to do. We're just waiting for more ships to be churned out, really. That's our main bottleneck right now. I think we're getting closer to a position where I'll feel like the inner systems... oh, we haven't given Fire Mayor a job. The inner systems are defended, which means that we can start to look
I will try to
outwards
sway the public.
towards Jupiter. And push that as the end of our... as our sort of next major objective.
Setting a watch.
Who are they rivaled with? I didn't notice that they were rivaled.
Laying the groundwork.
Oh, they're rivaled with the PDL? Okay, 18th of October, we can then move that to Allied. Should have done that a long time ago.
Protecting our interests.
Thanks for catching that, Neil.
Offering assistance.
Algorithmic economic management. Dash investment points to economy increased by 10, control management increased by 10. The builders has completed transfer to Hesperia. We can now build an outpost here. This will get us metals. Why are there 3 ships here? Okay, there's 2 laser addicts. We have a ghost ship. So first of all, we have a rave ship in orbit of Earth, and now out in the inner asteroid belt, we have a ghost ship. I'm just going to add an LDA to the blueprint. No, a PDA. And we'll get the mining complex building as well. That's definitely an Nexian moment, isn't it? If I zoom back in on the fleet, there's definitely 3 ships showing up here. 2 of them are called Laser Addict. One of these is an imposter, but I don't know which one. If I transfer them back to Mars to resupply. Concerning, to say the least. Why is there a ghost ship? Now that they're under thrust, is there still a ghost ship?
Sure.
Ooh, fleet
I've seen
logistics.
those shows too. All those starships politely doing whatever some distant admiral tells them to do. All those worlds quietly minding their own business. It's all a dream, boy. Nothing but a foolish dream. Colonel Hans Castillo, personal correspondence.
Our solar system should not be thought of as merely some larger version of our world. It is a vast expanse of space, unbound by border and landmass. The practicalities of patrolling and securing it, whether from threats beyond or within, are far beyond anything ever experienced on Earth, even in the rawest form. It requires more ships, and more ships means more coordination and more maintenance. Thus, our next move is to ensure ships that can take care of themselves and each other, rather than being wholly dependent upon distant stations to repair and restore them. The proposals are ready now, and only once they are actioned can our ships truly hope to survive whatever unexpected slings and arrows the galaxy might throw at them. The following technologies might now be researched. Titanic spacecraft. I think that's probably what happened in Mishaps, but I like to believe it's an Ixion moment. There's a crossover there. What do we want to work on next? We could just get Titanic spacecraft on the way. We could also work on Accelerando, which doesn't really do much for us. I'm not sure what Arrival Governance gives us. I want to get Titanic spacecraft research. It's a very expensive project, so I'm just going to get that working.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Ship repair base can now be researched. Good for a fleet tender, possibly. I'm not sure if that repairs the ship itself or repairs ships nearby. We're now able to take Independent Commands project. The total mission control cost of our ships is reduced by 15%. Why did I not research this earlier? This is extremely important technology. We'll take it over from Greater Nathan. We're now able to take the Operations Misdirection project. We estimate we increase our fleet and hab construction by 25% as measured by... Okay, that doesn't really help us.
Our associates are now in charge.
Fleet Logitech just went, we need more ships, which is hardened maintenance and fuel stuff. Here's a schematic for the biggest thing we've ever built. Have fun. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. I don't know if they've fixed repair bays. I've never used repair bays. I've never gotten this far in the game.
We are in control now.
I know Fleet Logistics unlocked it. I should have gone for Fleet Logistics earlier. We learned the initiative failed a purge mission that was targeting Indonesia. Alien fleet launches for Frosty Station. That is a big fleet. Oof. One dreadnought, bunch of destroyers, bunch of frigates, bunch of corvettes. They're going to arrive on the 9th of October 2040. We cannot forget that that's going to happen. Victor 237. Where are they? .283. I love how Victor 16 and Victor 5 are still 15 are still here, just chilling out. Victor 237. Mercury, and they're going to arrive on the 9th of October. But next year, that's going to be a big battle. We need to make sure we've got a Mercury defense fleet in place before they arrive. Where are they launching from? So it's a fleet that the aliens have put together at Triton. Okay, so from their Neptune shipyard. Oh wait, is Frosty... No, that's the builders. Frosty Station is not around Mars. Alright, new turn. And that's pretty good timing because it's midnight on the dot and I'm getting tired. We are getting closer. I know it's taking a long time, but I feel like the last two streams have turned around a little bit. We were a little bit of a desperate situation after the end of stream 22. We've done 24 streams of this game. Ooh, look, there's alien activity going on in Indonesia. Guess that's something else to deal with next stream. So I feel like with a lot of help from the Discord, which I really appreciate, reimagining our ships and rebuilding them, we've ended up in a pretty good situation with some really good ships to defend our places with. Yes, I will do a national stat priority review. Let's do that in a second. And I'm really happy with that. So, let's have a look at our nations. Indonesia isn't really important right now. We'll start with the EU. EU is pretty static. I haven't done a lot here in a while. So our current priorities are set like this. We're focusing on economy and unity. which we maybe don't need to worry about too much because inequality is still very high. Welfare and knowledge are our secondaries. A little bit into funding. I'm still investing in build navy, and I have also put some points into space defenses. I don't know if we're going to need them, but I thought we should get building them. I don't know how many space defenses we've actually been able to build. I don't think it shows us until we've built any, which makes me think we haven't built any space defenses yet. But yeah, that's the situation in Europe. Sorry, the European Union. Next up, we've got the United States of North America. They're in a similar boat, just not quite as pushed. I've stopped building armies here. We don't need to build any navies here. So I've just been putting a little bit into economy, welfare, knowledge, and military to keep leveling the military up. They're still invasion age. I would probably need to redo this and maybe start investing in the economy of America a bit more, make a bit more money from America, since we're not going to need the armies here in the way that we thought we did when we started the game. We thought America was going to be our war area. They show up on the map as facilities. It's going to be so hard to find them. Core Economic Region, Madrid Space Center, Toulouse Space Center, Paris Space Center. I don't know what they look like. I don't think we've got any built yet. That's a launch facility. Yeah, I doubt we've got any built. I doubt I'd be able to see them. So many mission control centers. I love it. Anyway. So yeah, I would like to reinvest in America as a place to make money from. I think that's probably a really important next step. At the moment, Saudi Arabia... Oh, there's tons of mission control to build in the US, Neil. They haven't built any, basically. Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states, I've rejigged their priorities right now to try and do something about the terrible cohesion they've got going on, which is causing tons of unrest. But it means we're not generating lots of money off them. We're not losing any money, but we're not gaining any money from them. So they're kind of just static at the moment. The Gulf states is in a better situation than Saudi Arabia, but not much better. Also, their economies are dropping. If we go back to America, I think they've got so much mission control to build. Yeah, they've got tons of mission control to build. We could sit and build a lot of mission control here. We could just easily dump 3 into mission control. Hang on. We could easily do that with no problems at all if we wanted to. Other places we've got control over. So we've obviously got the PDL on the way. At the moment, I actually need to fix this because we're apparently spoiling in. So I was investing in mission control and then I stopped for some reason. But this is how I want PDL to go. We do have. Oh, you know what the problem was? It was because Japan finished building its mission control. That's why it was on spoils. Got PDL is building mission control. Things are looking quite good here. I think it's a pretty good pickup. The economy is quite strong. Taiwan is on its way. We'll be able to bring that in soon. Looks like we can bring them into this is actually to unify with the Pacific Defense League on the 13th of October. We've got the Philippines in as well. We're working on the Pacific States. Indonesia has just come under our control. I think that's everything we have. Yeah, that's everything we have right now. I got really scared when I saw that the Academy... I thought the Academy had a control point in America, but no, they're just very popular in America right now. We might need to do something about that. We don't need to be popular in America. We could maybe look at taking Mexico, pushing south a little bit with that too. That's the situation there. I am still working on converting some of our stations. So we were spoiling the Middle East until about the middle of the stream when I just couldn't keep up with the unrest. Like we were getting almost 2.5 unrest in Saudi Arabia every turn, and I was having to invest so many agents to pushing it down that I took the spoils investment out and they've settled down. I'm trying to rebuild the country a little bit, but I think it might be ruined, honestly. Let's have a look at the moons of Jupiter. I probably could have done this a different way, but I kind of like looking through the map. There's Mars. Jupiter's here. So what I'll do is I'll start inner moons and move out. We've got quite a lot to deal with, obviously. There's also all these minor bodies. Actually, it might be better. We'll just do it like this. It's probably not the best way to do it. We'll just look at the moons themselves. So We don't have estimates yet because I haven't sent probes, which I probably should have done. I'll maybe send probes. How long is it going to take for probes to get here? 2 years. That's why I haven't done it. Yeah, you're thinking Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, right? So it looks like we're gonna. It's hard to tell. Io's pretty generic. Europa's got a lot of water, a lot of volatiles, and no, not really a lot of water. A lot of water, not much else going for it. Ganymede, which is the one the aliens have settled on, has a lot of water, not much else going on it. Callisto, same boat. So I don't really have very great numbers. Callisto and Ganymede have the same stats, but Callisto has way more sites. Makes me think that Callisto might be our first stop. We get water and volatiles from it. Other options are Io for volatiles and metals. Yeah, I've got the Mishaps class. So the builders, this fleet here, the variant of ship that is in it, the Mishaps 4 Mark IV, it has a science lab. I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, these have mobile space science labs built into them. So their job will be, when we get out there, to investigate those sites for us. In the meantime, we just have the rough estimates that the game is giving us, which aren't great. And that's really what we're looking at there. So there's some good resources to be had here. Some other sites as well. We'll use the prospecting tab when we get a bit closer. Nothing that exciting, really. But yeah, we'll need to get a better picture of the place before we can reboot on it. Anything else you would like to see before I end the stream and I head to bed? Thank you all for hanging out as well. It's honestly such a pleasure to chill out with everybody while I play this game. And it's almost it's such an ornery game that it's really good to have all of your opinions and stuff. I know I've been saying let's expand into Jupiter for like 5 streams, but we will get there. I promise. I'm planning on having a Terra Invicta stream next Tuesday, like I normally do. Tuesday for me, probably Monday for you. But the update for Nebulous Fleet Command comes out on the Thursday for me, and I'm going to try and hit that so we can play some OPA and defend the belt. So there'll probably be one Terra Invicta stream next week. But I want to get through this. Anyway, I am exhausted. I'm going to head to bed. I will see you all very soon. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one. I'll catch you later. Ciao for now.